Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a video about my November daily album, and I wanted to show you guys what items I'm using, how I chose them, that kind of thing. And the first thing I wanted to show you here is my basket that I'm keeping it all in. I hope this is not too shaky, but I just wanted to show you because on my tabletop it doesn't, you can't really tell that it's a basket. So this is what it looks like. It is just a copper metal basket from Target, and you can just see here that I keep my papers and all my supplies in here. So I'm just going to do a quick video to show you kind of how I've been making a small section of my stash accessible and ready to work on a mini album because it worked so well for me for my October daily. So I'm going to take you guys over to the table and then show you these items up closer. Okay, so we are back at my table, and I think now you can see how difficult it is to fully see this basket. I just wanted to give you a quick idea. So we're just going to talk about the things that I chose and what I'll be using for this album. The first thing that I wanted to show you are the notebooks themselves that I made. These are Traveler's Notebook insert sized items. So they are 4.25 by 8.5 inches. And I used a tutorial that I found on YouTube by Dearly D, so I will link that down below. I did the same thing in October, and it worked out really well for me. The only thing I did differently than her was that I did not use plain white paper in the middle of these notebooks. I used scrapbook paper all the way through, and since the papers I chose this time around were single-sided, every other page will be white, which will work out really well for journaling and stuff like that. So the colors that I chose for this album are copper, white, brown, some pinks, and brick reds. So here on the front I've just got this nice copper. I chose these brown pine cones, sort of these corally pinks from Maggie Holmes, anything that was kind of wooden looking, these pink arrows from One Canoe 2, as well as these slices of wood. The middle is all white, and then just the reverse, obviously, here. And then the second one also has this nice copper foil on the front. I use this very old brown, and it's a lot thinner than the others, but that's okay. I'm just trying to use things from my stash. I use this from Maggie Holmes as well with the coral and the pink. More copper. And then this brick red. So yes, these are my two notebooks. I made them the same way, so check out that tutorial. If you want to see my tutorial, just let me know. I can make a video as well. It's very simple, but they worked really well for me in October, and I'm excited to give this a try again this month. It is the middle of the month, but I've been keeping a pretty thorough gratitude log, so I think it will be not too hard to catch up. For the supplies that don't fit in the basket, they are mostly things that I keep out pretty much all the time when I'm working. So these are more just like the actual tools. I have this small paper cutter. Once my Traveler's Notebook inserts are made, I don't need my large paper cutter anymore because I'm not working with 12 by 12s. So I just keep this small one around. I have a 1.5 circle punch. My two Scotch rollers, and then I have this small box full of stamping materials, mostly ink and rotary stamps. So I have my small acrylic block with my large Kelly Perky label that I use frequently. It really needs cleaned because it's not sticking very well anymore, so I've been keeping it on here so it doesn't get lost. For inks, I have the black and white Stazons in case I need to stamp on a photo or a glassine bag. The white comes with this bottle of ink that you have to pour on when you use it, so I keep that as well. I have the Moonlit Brilliance white ink. I have a very old brown ink, so we'll see if it still works. If it doesn't, that's okay. Just figured I'd give it a shot. And then the other inks that I'm using are the Memento Dewdrop inks. I have Rich Cocoa, Angel Pink, Rhubarb Stock, Tuxedo Black, And then one of the only things that I bought for this project, everything else is from my stash, is a set of metallic Brilliance inks. So this is copper, and I'm very excited to use it because that's going to be the metallic that I've chosen for this project, and I think it's going to be really fun to play with. So I'm very excited about that. My goal with this project was to not purchase very many things and just to use stuff that I already had in my stash, and I think I've done a good job with that. I have not purchased very many items, so that's very good. I also have these Rotary Stamps, and they just say kind of generic phrases and days of the week. One is from Studio Calico and the other is from Amy Tangerine. I also have my 1 Canoe 2 date stamp, which is definitely super gorgeous. It has this really lovely floral pattern here, and I think when it's stamped in like a brown or copper or red or something, it won't look so springy, but it will add some really nice detail to my album. So I'm really excited to use this more. I love it. And then I also have my tiny attacher, which we'll see may be a little hard to use since the pages are, you know, going to be double-sided. But I'm excited to have this around because I haven't used it very much in a little while. And then I also have a lot of binder clips because these are very handy for keeping the traveler's notebook open when you're working in it, and for positioning things. It's just very handy to have a bunch around. So I have a lot clipped to my wire basket that I showed you. So I will show you what is in the basket itself. The first thing I have are the papers that I used, as well as this one sheet of vellum that I haven't used yet but probably will. I don't think I will need any of these papers because there are plenty of scraps left over from making the notebook, but it's good to have them around just in case. I also keep a thick piece of cardboard on the back from shipping papers or whatever, just to keep it from bending when it's in my basket. The next thing I have are the scraps for making the traveler's notebook itself. So you can see these are the tear strips from the 12 by 12 papers, and then everything that I cut off when I was making the notebook. I've also stuck in here some glassine bags in case I want to do some stamping on these, and a few 6 by 6 papers from Maggie Holmes Shine collection, mostly just black and whites in here just in case. And I keep them all in the 6 by 8 page protector because that keeps them from wiggling around or falling out of the basket or getting super messy. It's a really nice way to contain them. I also have quite a lot of stickers that I've selected. These are all from my stash, so some things from Maggie Holmes, some 1 Canoe 2. These are the large 12 by 12-ish sticker sheets. I have these from the Target Dollar Bin, which are all wood veneer. I think this bronzy copper is going to work well. I have some word and phrase stickers, some just various hearts, more word and phrase stickers. The only things that I purchased other than the ink and more adhesive and a few rolls of washi tape were these 2 sticker sheets from Studio Calico. I really love Jasmine Jones, and I liked that both of these had some nice word and phrase stickers related to fall because I don't have a lot of fall things in my stash, so these are going to be really nice to use in this album. I have some old Alpha from A Beautiful Mess that may be a little bit too pink, but I wanted to stick them in here just in case they work. More 1 Canoe 2. Even more 1 Canoe 2. If you've seen my haul videos, I obviously like their things. And some more Maggie Holmes. These are from an old Studio Calico kit, and I picked them for the copper hearts since that's the color I'm using. So that is most of the stickers that I've chosen. A few more things. I got these at Target. They're metallic, and I'm probably just going to use the copper Hello Fall one. I also got these Heidi Swapp stickers from my stash, and they're just for journaling. I may not use these, but they could be nice if I'm doing like a list or something like that and I want it to be just a little more structured. I'm using these Amy Tangerine, Alpha that I purchased over the summer. They have kind of a subtle off-centered grid pattern on them. I think will be nice for this neutral color scheme. Oh, that ampersand is really pretty. So I'll be using those. And then of course I have my Kelly Perky Alpha that I use quite frequently. I'll probably stick with mostly white, again, as I'm trying to avoid too many dark colors. These are kind of just an extra thing. I have these Amy Tangerine Die-Cuts. You can kind of see here what they look like. They're really beautiful. They're all white, and so I think that they're gonna work in this album really nicely. I'm very excited to use them because I had to have them when I saw them because they're just so interesting and unique. But I have had a hard time finding a place for them so far, and I think these are going to be perfect for this project. I have some more sort of miscellaneous items here. First, I've got some tags. These have a nice copper foil on them, and just some craft tags. All of these from Target. I do, if you see my videos, I do a lot of journaling on tags mostly, and so these are going to be great for that. I have some wood veneer from my stash, Studio Calico, a messy box, and then these are from Hobby Lobby. This would be nice for shaker pockets or for gluing down. I have 2 sets of copper paper clips, excuse me, and I think that these will be nice here and there. I like to mark sometimes if there's kind of a hidden pocket of journaling or something like that, to put a paper clip there so I remember it's in there. I also liked that these were numbered because they'll be nice for a daily project, and those are from TJ Maxx. These are from the dollar bin at Target. I also picked out some Project Life cards, things like that from my stash that I thought I could use. This is from my first DIY Project Life card video. Just got some cards from my stash, mostly within the color scheme. I may not use some of them because I was thinking initially that maybe I would use like some oranges and stuff, but I don't know if I will, so we'll see. This is just some packaging from Kelly Perky Stamps. I like to stamp on grid sometimes or make them into a little tag. And then I have these 2 4x6 cards in kind of these nice pinks, deep pinks. They're not quite brick red, but I think it will work. And then just some transparency Project Life cards with just some white, white ink on them. So I think those will be really nice to use. Add some interest here and there. I probably will not use all of them, obviously. I also have these from a very old Project Life card kit. I think from Heidi Swapp. They are canvas and they are stickers on the back side. And I haven't had a chance to use them yet, but I think it might work with this bright color scheme I'm going for, so we'll see. I would love to find a use for them. I really kind of like this heart, so we'll see how that goes. I have a few page protectors or cut up page protectors for a shaker pocket if I decide to make one. I have one stencil here, this nice herringbone. It's from Tim Holtz. It was, oh, it's not Tim Holtz. Huh? Nope. I guess it's Artsy, I guess. Yeah. And it is a stencil that it has a adhesive on the back, so it sticks down when you use it. And it did come with these stamps. This is not why I purchased it, but I think I will be able to use some of these. I like that they're script, which is fun. It was on the clearance, so thought I'd add another stencil to my stash. I have some large copper alpha from Pink Paisley Sale of V-Line. And I initially bought these for my 2017 normal Project Life album, but I didn't end up using them, at least yet. So I think these will be nice maybe to use here and there on this project since they're the right color. I also have a dollar bin set from Target that has white and craft large letters as well. I'm thinking I won't use the craft, I'll probably just use white. I have these wood letters from Target, wood veneer, and I think I might use the numbers. We'll see, it might just depend on how bulky it makes everything. I have some stamps here. I have these from the Target dollar bin last year. They're a fall theme, so I think that's going to be perfect for this album. I have mostly Kelly Perky stamps here. We don't need to go through every single one unless someone really wants to know, but most of them are food themed or just kind of generic expressions, like the weekend one and favorite things one. I have a few holiday ones here just because they talk about traditions and baking and things like that. I won't use the Christmas specific ones. So yeah, just there's a reading stamp set, mostly just could be used any day kind of stamps here. I did get this one from Kelly Perky for my Christmas album that I will probably use on this project as well, like the homemade, maybe this mug. So I think that will be good. I also have the last thing, almost the last thing, is another 6x8 page protector filled with kind of all of this miscellany that just gets kind of messy. So it's nice that I can take things in and out of this and store it to where I'm not going to lose my scissors or whatever. So the first thing I have here are some washi tapes, and these are the ones that I purchased for the project because I saw them right before I was going to start my album and I couldn't resist the copper. So those are going to be fun to use. While I'm on it, I do have my normal washi tapes that I already owned. Just as you can see, a bunch of coppers for the album. The other things in here are my scissors for fussy cutting, my 01 and 08 Sakura Micron pins. It's not focusing very well, but these are great for journaling. The little one is perfect for travel or notebook journaling because it's so tiny. And the big one is really nice for lettering if you do like a quote, which I did a few times in my October album. This is also my new favorite item. It's the Zig Glue Pen. It writes like a ballpoint pen, but it comes out blue so you can see where the ink has gone on your white piece of paper or whatever, and it's wonderful for ephemera or something that has like kind of a weird edge or like a very thin line that you need to stick down and the roller adhesive doesn't work very well. I highly recommend this pen, this glue pen. It is wonderful. And then I just kind of have some random things from my stash, so I'm just gonna pour it out here. I have a lot of things from old messy boxes, like these post-it notes, some cork numbers, some Studio Calico wood veneer, washi strips, acrylic words, more cork, just kind of little tiny stickers, my enamel dots, which I'm probably just going to be using copper and like pink mostly, my eraser for stamping, which I guess I'll move to my stamp box now, and some wood veneer, and then a lot of the cork pieces from One Canoe 2, probably just the white ones or the plain ones for this project, not interested in the bright springy colors for this, and then some various paper clips, the fall ones with the acorn and the leaf, if you could see it, are from Doodlebug. These spirally ones are from the Target dollar bin, and then these are from Allison Craft, and they're very old, so I can't find them anymore to link them in. Some small pieces of glassine for stamping, just some junk mail scraps to if I need to make anything thicker, tiny stickers, miscellaneous tags, just scraps of white paper and white gridded paper to use, and then also this picture that I printed last year of Suki from the Thanksgiving episode of Gilmore Girls, because that is a big part of my November, and so I wanted to make sure to include that this year, so I just threw it in the bag. So I love that keeping things in these page protectors just makes it easy to keep it all together. It gets messy very fast, and it also makes it easy if, because we live in a small space, if I need to clean up our table so that we can have people over or use it for something else, it's very easy to just throw everything back in here and set it in the basket, and I don't have to worry about losing anything or anything like that. So that, and just a small tray of ephemera, just various pieces from my stash, some star sequins here, and that is what I'm planning to use for this album. So let me know if you have any questions. I will maybe do some process videos, I might not. November is a very hard month for me and my family because we're going through some things, so I probably won't show every page, or maybe I just won't explain them or narrate them. Maybe it'll be to music, I'm not sure yet. But I did want to show you kind of the system that works for me for my daily album so far, keeping everything in that compact space, that little basket, and then it's easy to put away and get back out, and I know exactly what I need. So it's just been really handy. So let me know if you have a strategy for doing albums like that, for having all your supplies in one place that you're using at the time, or if you're making a November album, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.